can think of 1,000 different things that any individual you're working with could improve. And then there's a spectrum of degree to which they can improve that. So how much of that when you're working with someone is just assessing like, what is it that you want to do in your lifestyle? And let's organize things in a way where you have access to those things versus just kind of trying, I guess the way to say it would be like overwhelm them with like so many different things they could be doing that they don't necessarily need.
Yeah, the hard part of that is it goes back to most people's relationship with what they see online. So they might see somebody doing the splits
Mm-hmm.
and being able to go from a loaded 135-pound barbell on their back from a standing position, literally slide out into the
Yeah.
splits, right? And like that's cool, but you don't need to do that to be pain free.
Right.
It's a really cool trick to have if that's your main goal. You don't need massive ranges of motion to do the things that you want to do. What we do need is minimum ranges of motion. The hip needs to be able to move a minimum of a certain number of degrees to rotate in and to rotate out. So I focus on the minimum requirements of human motion. You can take that to an extreme if you want to push the boundaries of your body. But even, and I actually just made a post about it today, I showcased that woman that we're talking about. She couldn't bend forward at the start. She was in chronic pain. When she would bend forward, her hands stopped probably around her knees. So very limited motion. And now she can literally kiss her knees and put her head between her legs when she bends forward. We don't even need 90% of that. We just need to make motion a little bit easier for most people. So I really focus on not showboating maximal ranges of motion. Nothing in my program, nothing that I do and teach is, I don't reward progress photos. I don't reward somebody's knees getting to the ground in certain exercises. I reward, how do you get there? What are you thinking about? And how do you coach and parent yourself through the tension? That's more important. Putting a guy like you in a seated L position, we didn't really need much more flexibility than that. More mobility would have been helpful is if you were to take a spill and all of a sudden you were folded over like a chair.
Yeah.
Does your body like recognize what to do there? Or is that the first time in years it's been folded over like that, right? Are we going to be able to get back on our feet and finish that race? The goal of more mobility with you was to get your body less adapted to running. So I have to check people's goals in a healthy way. What do you want to be able to do? Okay, you want to do the splits. Well, why? Is it just something that you've always wanted to do? Or is it because you've linked that you don't move like that person that you're following on social media, therefore that's why you need to go do the splits? And in reality, most people don't need to do it. Most people don't want to do it, but they feel like they need to do it because other people can do it. So it's really checking what is it that we're really trying to do here. And to become well-rounded, it's to have a beautiful blend of flexibility and strength. It's to not go hard off the deep end. And, I think my misconception getting into this world of corrective exercise was feeling how stiff and tight I felt. Mm-hmm. And I would go see the yogi masters. They would like literally pretzel their bodies and they'd be smiling about it. And like, oh, that must be so peaceful.